Hello boys and girls. I wanted to make a real quick video for Fixed Axle February. For those of you that don't know, that is a month that celebrates yo-yos with a fixed axle. That means the axle doesn't move, there's no bearing. It's just a solid fixed axle and the string rides on that. So this is a 50s Duncan tournament, just fixed axle. That's what people think of. Or, people think of good old butterfly Duncan. Or you might be more familiar with Tom Kuhn's Silver Bullet. This is like the holy grail of fixed axles. But I didn't want to make a video on all that normal stuff. I wanted to make a video on the freaks of fixed axles. So what I have here, this one is a one of a kind. You won't see it anywhere. This was made by a machine shop I walked into as a kid and said, "Hey, have you ever made a metal yo-yo?" And the guy handed me this thing, and it is solid. I don't know if it's one piece or three piece, but it is stainless steel and it is chunky. This thing weighs 73 grams. It doesn't sleep well, but if you wanted to hurt somebody with a yo-yo, this would be my pick. It's heavy, too heavy to really play with. You could throw it up and down, but other than that, it'd be better to skip across a lake. So that one's goofy. This one is a little one I made, and I called it the pocket change. For obvious reasons, I got quarters to help add weight. This is a little teeny guy, but it works surprisingly well. Just a fun little bouncy yo-yo. I like it, but it's sort of a freak because it's so tiny and yet it's a fixed axle. So I thought I'd share it. Another one. How about one that isn't a circle? This thing, while it does work as a yo-yo, you could say it's a fixed axle. It does sleep, but because of the edge in the gap coming into contact with these squared off edges, it doesn't really work too well. And that actually causes like a fan effect. You could hear it sort of hum in the air. And so, sort of garbage, but sort of fun. This one I decided I'd bust out again. You guys have seen it on my YouTube channel. Yeah, the Duncan Melyo D. The most annoying Duncan yo-yo ever made. But you know what? I had a ton of fun annoying my sister and my parents with this thing, which made it to where I was only allowed to play with it outside if people were home. This one is, I really wanted to make this video because of this yo-yo. Unfortunately, I got it too late to put it into a video for Fixed Axle February. I wanted to do the week one with this, but I didn't get it until week 2, so I couldn't do it. But it's the Yofi from Duncan. It is the Rainbow Ribbon Yo-Yo. Apparently there was a company called Imperial that I think started making these, and then Duncan said, "Hey, that's a cool idea," and I think they bought their patent for it or whatever, bought the rights to produce it. And I only think it was made around like 1985 or 86. It doesn't sleep, but it's still a fixed axle because the axle doesn't move, but the ribbon is actually attached to the axle, so it cannot spin. So this is really a true fixed axle in that sense, but it's a lot of fun. You can't do too much with it because it doesn't sleep, but I found you could pull off the occasional stall, you know, with it. But just a goofy, another freak of fixed axles. I have one more to show you. And this one I love. And I put a post on it on Yo-Yo Expert as soon as I came across a video about these. And unfortunately, they went out of business, so you can't find them. My wife bought me this one off of eBay after I told her about it. But this right here is the Yo-Yo drone. It's the launch by Yo-Yo drone, I should say. But this, technically, you gotta say it's a yo-yo. It's round, it's got a string, it's got a fixed axle, and it comes back. But the way you throw this is like a Frisbee. And I love this thing. I don't get tired of it, but my shoulder sure does. Like, I have a shoulder injury, which kept me from playing disc golf, which I really loved for years. And so this is like a little taste of that. And boy, this would make a great warm-up for starting a round of disc golf, just to stretch the old arm out. And it's very much a backhand throw from disc golf. And you could also, if you're lefty, I guess you could sidearm flick it. But I'm not lefty, so I ain't even gonna try, especially not in the house. So that's what I got for you guys today. I just wanted to share the freaks of Fixed Axle February. Hope you guys are having some fun playing with yo-yos. I don't do the whole strict Fixed Axle February because I grew up in the 80s. That's all there was. So I got 10 years of fixed axle under my belt the way I see it. I play a lot of it. I love it, but bearings are the way to go for me. So in the meantime, have fun, keep throwing.